Nipah virus. It's a highly lethal emerging zoonotic virus that causes severe encephalitis and respiratory diseases in humans, and mortality rates reaching up to 75%. The classification of Nipah virus has been shown in this table. From a realm Riboviria, and you can see all these kingdoms, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and the species is Nipah virus. Then we move on to its natural reservoir. It's the fruit bats, but we see its transmission also. First is the bat to humans. When humans consume raw date palm sap contaminated by bat saliva. Second is any animal like pig to humans, or it may be from human to humans, like exposure to respiratory droplets. Let's now look at the global history and outbreaks of Nipah virus, which clearly shows its persistent and recurring threat. The first recognized outbreak occurred in Malaysia and Singapore between 1998 and 1999. This outbreak was mainly associated with pig farming, where the virus spilled over from fruit bats to pigs and then to humans, causing severe encephalitis. Following this, Bangladesh emerged as a major hotspot. Since 2001, Bangladesh has reported almost annual outbreaks, primarily linked to direct bat-to-human transmission, often through consumption of raw date palm sap contaminated by fruit bats. Then we move on to India. Nipah virus outbreaks have been documented in multiple regions. Early outbreaks were reported in West Bengal in 2001 and 2007, showing cross-border epidemiological links with Bangladesh. A major outbreak occurred in Kerala in 2018, which highlighted the virus' ability to cause human-to-human transmission, especially in healthcare settings. More recently, West Bengal has reported cases during 2025 and 2026, indicating that the virus continues to re-emerge in endemic zones. And we know outside South Asia, the Philippines has reported sporadic outbreaks, mainly associated with horses, demonstrating that Nipah virus ecology can vary by region. Overall, these outbreaks emphasize that Nipah virus is not a one-time event, but a recurrent zoonotic threat, capable of crossing species, borders, and time, making it a critical pathogen for global pandemic preparedness. Now let's see why this Nipah virus is so dangerous. 1. Multi-organ endothelial tropism. 2. Dual lethal phenotype. 3. Relapsing encephalitis. 4. Innate immune evasion. 5. Human-to-human separate. 6. No vaccine or standard treatment. First, let's get to the multi-organ endothelial tropism. We see Nipah virus infects multiple organs. The virus enters cells through efferent B2 and efferent B3 receptors. These receptors are expressed in brain, lung alveoli, heart, and placenta. This leads to widespread vasculitis, meaning blood vessel inflammation. Along with this, there is endothelial cell fusion and syncytia formation. The result is vascular leakage causing hemorrhage and edema, ultimately leading to multi-organ failure. Now moving towards dual lethal phenotype. Nipah virus causes death via two independent but overlapping pathways. Neurological phenotype, respiratory phenotype. First of all, let's get to the neurological phenotype. Nipah virus or Nipah commonly causes acute encephalitis due to direct infection of the brain. This leads to neuronal necrosis, resulting in seizures and coma, which can rapidly become fatal. Second is respiratory phenotype. In some patients, the virus primarily affects the lungs, causing severe pneumonia. This can progress to ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome, with a high viral load in respiratory secretions, increasing both severity and transmission risk. Either pathway alone can be fatal. Then we have late-onset and relapsing encephalitis. Unlike most viral encephalitis, Nipah virus can reactivate months or even years later. This relapse can occur without detectable viremia, meaning the virus may not be found in the blood. Patients who had been apparently recovered can develop sudden neurological decline. So this delayed and unpredictable reactivation is the key reason why Nipah virus or Nipah infection is so dangerous. Now, most important aspect of Nipah virus is that it evades innate immune system easily. First, Nipah has V protein. It blocks state 1 and state 2 that drives turning off of antiviral genes. Then it has got W protein. This Nipah uses this W protein to reduce interferon production. Then we have C protein. It regulates and increases viral replication. And we also have P proteins. It aids in all these pathways. So together these layered immune evasion strategies allow Nipah virus to replicate unchecked, separate systemically and cause severe diseases before the adaptive immune system can respond. Other aspects includes human to human separate without any vector. And we also know there is no vaccine for it and there is no standard treatment. So these aspects or these elements makes Nipah virus one of the most lethal and dangerous viruses available. So this is what the Nipah virus is. I hope you like the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Do consider supporting my work on Patreon or YouTube and make sure to subscribe this channel. Thanks.